Welcome back to Unlocking Inner Peace. I'm your companion. In the previous episode 4, we explored a very detailed map with the 8 golden keys, a practical toolkit to open each door one by one on the journey to find inner peace. We talked about the importance of right understanding, constructive thinking, beautiful speech, benevolent actions, right livelihood, persistent effort, mindfulness of the present, and the ability to concentrate the mind. Today, continuing that journey, I want to invite you to explore a philosophy of life, an art that, perhaps, when skillfully combined with those 8 golden keys, will help our lives not only become more peaceful, but also much lighter, more serene, and more meaningful. That is the art of less is enough. It might sound a bit counterintuitive in a modern society that always encourages us to want more, have more, right? But have you ever felt that, despite having many things, a good job, a house, a car, designer items, travels, deep down, there's still an emptiness, an indescribable dissatisfaction? Or sometimes, does owning too many things, pursuing too many goals, make us more tired, stressed, and lose our freedom? Less is enough doesn't mean we have to live an ascetic, deprived life, or give up all our dreams and aspirations. Not at all. It is a smart way of life, a conscious choice to focus on what is truly important, what truly brings lasting value and joy, while learning to let go of unnecessary desires, material and mental burdens that are weighing us down. Sounds interesting, doesn't it? Let's explore this art of living less is enough more deeply, and see how we can apply it to our ever-changing lives to find true well-being. Part 1. Wanting less. Learning to let go of nameless burdens. The first and foundational element of the art of less is enough is wanting less. Wanting less doesn't mean we no longer have any desires, no longer have the motivation to strive. It means we learn to limit, to moderate excessive desires, unnecessary cravings, things that only bring temporary satisfaction but cause much affliction and fatigue in the long run. Let's consider a few aspects where we can practice wanting less. Wanting less materially, escaping the vicious cycle of excessive consumption. In today's consumer society, we are constantly bombarded by attractive advertisements, the latest fashion trends, and trendy technological gadgets. Owning many possessions seems to have become a measure of success and happiness. But is that really true? Consume rationally, consciously, avoiding the temptations of unnecessary luxury and waste. Before deciding to buy something, ask yourself, do I really need it? Or do I just want it because I see others have it, because it's in fashion, or because I'm feeling bored and want to shop to cheer myself up? Example, you see a new designer handbag that is very beautiful and used by many celebrities. Instead of immediately trying to buy it at all costs, even if it means borrowing money or spending beyond your means, pause and think. Does this bag really suit my needs and style? How many similar handbags do I already have at home? How long will the joy of owning it last? Or is it just a fleeting excitement? You might realize that you don't really need it that much. Avoid chasing trends, fleeting fads that have no long-term use value. Fashion changes rapidly, technology updates constantly. If we keep trying to chase after all these things, we will never feel enough and will always be in a state of catching up. Instead, prioritize practical use value, durability, and suitability of an item over its flashy appearance or trendiness. Example, instead of buying 5 to 7 cheap, low-quality, fast fashion shirts that can only be worn a few times before going out of style and having to be discarded, you can invest in 1 to 2 shirts made of better material, with a classic design, easy to mix and match, and can be used for many years. This not only helps you save money, but also contributes to reducing fashion waste. Know how to save, accumulate for truly important future goals, instead of squandering on fleeting desires. Wanting less doesn't mean being stingy, but spending wisely, with a plan. Example, instead of eating out at fancy restaurants every weekend and buying unnecessary items, you can learn to cook delicious and nutritious meals at home. Use the saved money to invest in learning a new skill, travel to explore new lands, or create an emergency fund. Wanting less in terms of fame, status, finding satisfaction from within. Recognition, status, power are also things that many of us aspire to. They can bring a sense of pride, respect from others. But if we place too much importance on these things, they can become a burden, causing us to lose ourselves. Don't prioritize status and power to the extent of compromising your core values. Fame and status are temporary. They can come and go. What's more important is whether we can maintain our integrity, self-respect, and good qualities. Example: in a work environment, some people are willing to use any means, slander colleagues, flatter superiors just to get promoted faster. But when they achieve that position, do they truly feel at peace and respected from the heart? Or will they have to live in constant vigilance, fearing being overthrown by others? Seek satisfaction, joy from the work itself, from contributing to the community, instead of just chasing titles and external praise. When you do a job you truly love, feel it's meaningful and brings value to others, joy and contentment will come naturally, without waiting for someone to bestow a title upon you. Example: a teacher in a remote rural area with poor material conditions and few opportunities for recognition or large rewards. But her greatest joy is seeing her students progress, acquire knowledge, and have a brighter future. That silent dedication brings her a happiness and pride that no title can compare to. Cherish moral values, good human qualities more than just looking at their achievements or material possessions. Is a wealthy person with high status, but who lives selfishly and deceitfully, as worthy of respect as an ordinary person who always lives kindly, sincerely, and is ready to help others? Wanting less of futile amusements, choosing wholesome entertainment. Entertainment is a necessary part of life to help us relax and regenerate energy. But if we indulge in futile, time-consuming pleasures that affect our health and spirit, it becomes a waste. Reduce time spent on entertainment activities that don't bring real value, or are even addictive and negatively affect physical and mental health, such as scrolling through social media for hours aimlessly, watching silly videos, playing games all night, or engaging in endless drinking parties. Example: instead of spending 3 to 4 hours every evening just scrolling through TikTok, watching video after video without gaining anything useful, and even feeling more tired and empty, you can limit your social media usage, for example, to only 30 minutes to 1 hour per day. Seek and nurture wholesome, beneficial hobbies that enhance knowledge, improve health, and enrich spiritual life, such as reading, listening to selected music, exercising, learning a new skill, joining hobby clubs, or simply spending time connecting with nature. Example: instead of going out drinking on weekends, you can invite friends to go hiking, cycling, or attend a workshop on painting or pottery. These activities not only help you relax, but also bring new, interesting experiences and are good for your health. Know how to balance entertainment time with time for study, work, self-improvement, and nurturing important relationships. Entertainment is necessary, but it shouldn't consume all our time and energy. Wanting less is not about forcing oneself to live miserably in deprivation. It is an awakening to recognize which desires are truly necessary, bringing lasting value, and which are merely fleeting or even burdensome. When we learn to let go of these nameless burdens, we will feel life become lighter, freer, and have more space for what truly matters. Part 2. Knowing enough. Finding happiness in what you already have. After we have practiced wanting less, learning to moderate unnecessary desires, the second, equally important element of this art of living is knowing enough. Knowing enough is a state of mind, an attitude towards life where we feel content, appreciative, and grateful for what we currently have, in this very moment, instead of constantly comparing, envying others, or endlessly chasing distant, illusory things. Knowing enough doesn't mean we stop striving, stop working to improve our lives. It means that while we are still making efforts, we don't forget to enjoy and be grateful for what we already have, not letting the lack in the future overshadow the abundance of the present. Let's explore the aspects of knowing enough. Knowing enough with what you currently have, cherishing existing treasures. We often tend to look at what we don't have and forget what we do possess. Knowing enough is a reminder for us to turn back, recognize, and cherish the treasures that life has bestowed upon us, whether material things or spiritual values. Cherish what you currently possess, however small. It could be a roof over your head, even if it's not a luxurious villa. A job that provides a stable income, even if it's not the highest position. An old motorbike that still takes you safely where you need to go. A healthy body, even if it's not perfect. Example: instead of feeling sad because you don't have the latest smartphone, be grateful for your current phone that still works well, helps you connect with people, and serves your work. Instead of longing for a wardrobe full of designer clothes, cherish the clothes you have, take good care of them, and know how to mix and match to create suitable styles. Don't compare yourself to others. Avoid feelings of envy and jealousy. Everyone has their own circumstances, path, and destiny. Comparing yourself to others usually only brings feelings of inadequacy, dissatisfaction, or resentment, destroying inner peace. Focus on your own journey, on your own efforts and achievements. Example: you see a friend who just bought a beautiful house while you are still renting. Instead of feeling envious or blaming yourself for being less capable, be happy for your friend and tell yourself that everyone has their own timing. Be grateful for your current living place, however small but cozy, and continue to strive patiently for your own goals. Be grateful for blessings. Cherish what is going well in your life. Every day, spend a little time thinking about the good things you have: a loving family, good friends, stable health, a job to do, a delicious meal. Gratitude will help you feel that this life is truly precious and abundant. Living fully in the present, enjoying the beauty of this moment. Knowing enough also means we learn to live fully with what is happening right in the present moment, instead of constantly regretting what has passed in the past or dreaming and worrying about a future that has not yet arrived. The present is the most precious gift we have. Focus on what is happening right now, right here. When you are doing something, try to devote all your mind to it. When you are with someone, be truly present with them. Example: when you are playing with your child, put away your phone, turn off the TV, and truly immerse yourself in your child's game. Listen to their laughter, feel their joy. That moment will become incredibly meaningful and memorable. Savor every moment. Cherish the simple, small things in daily life. A hot cup of coffee in the morning, a melodious piece of music, a pleasant conversation with a colleague, a warm ray of sunshine through the window, a summer rain shower that cools the heat. All these things can bring you joy and peace if you know how to pay attention and enjoy them. Live positively, optimistically, trying to make each day a meaningful experience. Even if life has difficulties and challenges, try to find the bright spots, the lessons, the opportunities to grow. Finding happiness in simple things, the richness of the soul. True happiness doesn't necessarily come from big, extravagant things or extraordinary achievements. Sometimes, it is hidden in very simple, ordinary things that we often overlook. Seek joy from simple things in daily life. It could be the innocent smile of a child, a warm family meal together, an afternoon walk in the park admiring nature, a good book you read, a sincere compliment from someone, or simply the feeling of helping someone in difficulty. Example: after a stressful day at work, instead of seeking noisy, expensive pleasures, you can choose to go home early, prepare dinner with your family, talk and share about what happened during the day. That warmth, that closeness can bring you a simple yet invaluable happiness. Don't overemphasize material values. Don't chase after flashy, distant, illusory things while forgetting true spiritual values. Money and possessions are necessary to sustain life, but they are not everything, and they cannot buy true happiness if your soul is empty. Be content with what you have. Create your own joy from small things. Happiness is not something external for us to seek, but a state that can be cultivated from within. When you know enough, you will easily find joy and peace right in your current life. Knowing enough is not negative resignation, not stopping effort. It is the wisdom to recognize the value of what one has, the serenity not to be swept away by meaningless comparisons, and the freedom to no longer have to tirelessly chase things that don't truly bring lasting happiness. When wanting less helps us let go of burdens, knowing enough helps us find richness and simplicity. Part 3. The practical benefits of living less is enough. A gift for ourselves, the community, and the earth. We have explored the two core elements of the art of living less is enough, which are wanting less and knowing enough. Perhaps at this point, many of you will wonder, so, what specific benefits will practicing this lifestyle bring to my life and to those around me? The answer is, those benefits are immense and practical, not only for us individually, but also for the community and our shared living environment, bringing true happiness and peace to the soul. This is perhaps the most important and anticipated benefit. When no longer dominated by bottomless material desires, our minds become lighter, more serene. We no longer have to live in a state of stress and anxiety, fearing not getting this, fearing losing that. From there, we easily find joy and peace in the simple things of life. Example, someone who no longer places too much importance on owning expensive designer items will feel much freer. They don't have to work tirelessly just to chase trends, don't have to compare themselves to others, and have more time and mental space for truly meaningful concerns. Less is enough helps us live a serene life, less encumbered by unnecessary worries and afflictions. When we know enough with what we have, we will reduce worries about having to have more, having to excessively preserve what we currently possess. Example, someone satisfied with their current job, even if it's not the highest position or highest salary, but feels it suits their abilities, brings joy and stability, will feel less pressure to compete and strive compared to someone who always craves a higher position without knowing when to stop. It helps us cherish noble spiritual values more, live more benevolently, know how to love and share more. When the mind is no longer too busy pursuing material possessions and fame, we will have more space to nurture good qualities like gratitude, kindness, compassion, and connection with those around us, contributing to the protection of our living environment. An extremely important and urgent benefit in the current context is that the less is enough lifestyle directly contributes to environmental protection. A simple, frugal lifestyle, limiting the unnecessary consumption of natural resources, is a practical action to protect the living environment for ourselves and for future generations. When we want less materially, we reduce the purchase of unnecessary items, thereby reducing waste discharged into the environment and lessening the pressure on increasingly depleted natural resources. Example, instead of buying single-use plastic water bottles every day, you can carry a personal water bottle to refill. Instead of using too many plastic bags when shopping, you can bring reusable cloth bags. These small actions, when performed by many people, will create a large impact. Less is enough helps us learn to use resources rationally, consciously, avoiding waste. We will know how to save electricity, water, food, know how to reuse, recycle items that can still be used, instead of hastily discarding them and buying new ones. It raises our awareness of environmental protection, encourages us to choose environmentally friendly products, support socially and environmentally responsible businesses, and participate in activities to protect the earth, contributing to building a better society. When each individual in society is aware of and practices the less is enough lifestyle, our community will become more harmonious, compassionate, and develop more sustainably. Society will reduce unnecessary competition, striving, and envy when people no longer place too much emphasis on material possessions and fame. Instead, people will tend towards higher spiritual values, emphasizing cooperation, sharing, and mutual respect. Example, in a work environment where everyone knows enough with what they have, focuses on contributing and completing their work well, instead of just comparing salaries and positions with each other, the work atmosphere will become much more positive, united, and effective. Less is enough helps people live in harmony, love, support, and be more willing to help each other. When we are no longer too concerned with accumulating for ourselves, we will have more time and mental space to care for those around us, especially those in more difficult circumstances. It contributes to building a civilized, sustainably developing society where people live in harmony with nature, respect moral values, and together create a better future for everyone. You see, practicing the art of living less is enough not only benefits us spiritually, helping us find true peace and happiness, It is also a responsible action towards the living environment and a meaningful contribution to building an increasingly better, more humane society. It is truly a multifaceted gift we can give to ourselves and to the world. Part 4. How to bring less is enough into daily life. Practical steps. Hearing about the wonderful benefits of the less is enough lifestyle, many of you might feel very excited and want to start practicing right away. But you might also wonder, how do I start? Are there any specific steps I can take to gradually incorporate this philosophy into my daily life effectively? Indeed, less is enough is not just a beautiful philosophy in books, but also an art, a skill that needs to be cultivated and honed every day. Below are some suggestions, detailed guidelines that you can refer to begin this journey. Start with small changes in daily habits. Don't try to change everything at once. That can make you feel overwhelmed and easily give up. Start with the smallest, easiest things to implement. Track and record your income and expenses. Try for a week or a month to write down all the money you've spent, no matter how small. This helps you get a clear picture of where your money is going. From there, you can easily identify which expenses are not really necessary, which shopping habits are wasteful, and can cut them down to save for more important goals. Make a habit of cooking more at home, instead of frequently eating out, which is both expensive and doesn't guarantee food safety and hygiene. Try spending time preparing simple, nutritious meals at home. This not only helps you control the quality of ingredients, ensure health, but is also a great way to save costs and can even be a relaxing, creative activity. Limit uncontrolled shopping. Before deciding to buy something, give yourself a waiting period, e.g., 24 hours or 1 week. If after that period, you still feel you really need the item, then buy it. But if not, it was probably just a fleeting desire. Also, make it a habit to only buy things you really need and will use regularly. Avoid impulsive emotional shopping, or just because it's on sale, or because you're following a fleeting trend. Cherish and use possessions economically and carefully. Instead of hastily discarding old items when they are slightly damaged, try to find ways to repair them. Learn to reuse old items for other purposes. This not only helps you save money, but also contributes to reducing waste. Find joy and satisfaction in simple, inexpensive things. Happiness doesn't necessarily have to come from expensive or luxurious things. Spend more time in nature. Regularly take walks in the park, exercise outdoors, or simply sit under a tree and breathe fresh air. Connecting with nature helps you relieve stress, calm your mind, and feel much more relaxed and happy without spending a dime. Invest quality time in family and friends. Good relationships are an invaluable source of happiness. Make time to truly be with your loved ones, listen to them, share with them, and create beautiful memories together. The feeling of being loved, cared for, and connected will bring you a sense of inner fulfillment. Nurture healthy personal hobbies. Spend time on activities you truly enjoy and feel relaxed doing, such as reading a good book, listening to soothing music, painting a picture, playing a sport, gardening, or learning a new skill. These hobbies not only entertain you, but also enrich your spiritual life. Practice gratitude daily. Make it a habit every day, in the morning when you wake up or in the evening before bed, to think of at least 3 things you are grateful for in your life. They can be big things or very ordinary things. Express your gratitude to those around you who have helped and loved you. Gratitude will help you see the abundance and good things present in your life. Train your mind. Enhance self-awareness and control. Practice mind quieting. As we discussed in key number 8, set aside a little time each day to sit quietly, focus on your breath, or observe your thoughts and emotions non-judgmentally. This helps you train your ability to master your mind, enhance concentration, and gradually learn to let go of unnecessary desires, worries, and afflictions to find peace from within. Practice observing your desires. When a desire arises, to buy an item, eat something, be praised, try to pause for a moment and observe it. Where does it come from? How strong is it? What if I don't satisfy it immediately? This observation helps you create a distance from the desire, instead of being unconsciously swept away by it. Open your heart. Aim to help others and contribute to the community. When we focus less on accumulating for ourselves, we will have more space to think of others. Participate in charitable activities within your means. Helping those in more difficult circumstances, whether materially or with your efforts, not only benefits them, but also brings you a sense of happiness, deep satisfaction, and makes your life more meaningful. Share your knowledge and skills with others. If you have useful knowledge or skills, be willing to share them with those who need them. This is also a way for you to contribute and create value for the community. Always maintain a positive, optimistic attitude. How we perceive the world will determine how we feel about it. Focus on good things, the positive aspects of every situation, even when facing difficulties. Instead of just complaining and blaming, try to find lessons, opportunities to grow from those challenges. Avoid negative, pessimistic thoughts or tormenting yourself with unnecessary worries. Learn to accept what cannot be changed and focus your energy on what you can control and improve. Practicing the art of living less is enough is not an easy task, especially in a modern society full of temptations and pressures. It requires determination, perseverance, and a daily process of self-cultivation. But it is entirely achievable if you truly desire a lighter, more serene, and more meaningful life. Remember a few important notes. This process takes time and patience. Don't be discouraged if you can't change everything immediately. Celebrate your small steps forward. Listen to yourself and adjust your lifestyle to suit your circumstances, conditions, and abilities. There is no one-size-fits-all formula. Less is enough doesn't mean you have to live an ascetic, frugal life to the point of lacking essential needs. The goal is to live simply, elegantly, focusing on quality over quantity, while still ensuring the basic needs of yourself and your family. And most importantly, always maintain a positive, optimistic attitude, and always aim for noble spiritual values. When you truly absorb and practice this art of living, less is enough. You will be surprised to discover that true happiness and peace do not lie in how many things you have, but in how many things you need to feel enough. So, we have explored in quite detail the art of living less is enough, an important secret to having a lighter, more serene, and more joyful life. I hope that the sharings in this episode 5 have brought you new perspectives, inspiration, and practical suggestions for you to start applying in your own life. Remember, less is enough is not a deprivation, but a smart choice, a freedom from unnecessary burdens, and a path leading to the true richness of the soul. Thank you for taking the time to listen. If you find this content valuable, please don't hesitate to like, share with your friends and family, and subscribe to the Unlocking Inner Peace channel so we can continue to journey together in exploring the secrets to a more meaningful and peaceful life. Wishing you a new week full of joy, finding abundance in simple things, and always feeling light and serene in your soul. See you in the next podcast episodes. Goodbye.